What up? It's the real Keith. Any other fabrication of your imagination. And I'm back with another Record of Ragnarok Apocalypse of the God chapter review. Chapter 18. And it starts off with Morgan about to pummel Nezza, but I'm actually kind of confused because at the end of the last chapter, Nezza was pretty messed up, missing his arms and legs. But here he has his arms and legs, but he is on high alert for her attack. And Morgan's punch caused a lot of damage to the arena, and all we see is a big blast and a boom. But it looked like Nezza pulled out one of his armors from his organ. It was called Mystical Armor of Heaven and Earth. And they basically say it was a recreation of the fight between Nezza and Wukong. And what Nezza did was store the energy from a taken attack and release it at will. At least that was the theory behind it. But Morgan's attack was too overwhelming and completely tore Nezza's body up. I guess this is how he lost his arms and legs. And people that are backstage are shocked and wondering what the noise was that they just heard. But they all know it was Morgan and saying that she is really unbreakable. And we see Morgan holding Nezza in her hand with his body torn. And Morgan just throws his body down and walks away, saying that he was a waste of time and not even a warm-up. And the announcer was about to call a fight, but all of a sudden Morgan got stabbed in the back, and the crowd is again shocked. But it doesn't really seem like it bothered Morgan too much. She just says, "You want to keep going," and turns around. And it seems like Nezza's body is fully recovered. And it says limit break code, Asura. So it looks like Nezza has a whole nother form, and this time he has 6 arms. And Morgan runs in to try to finish Nezza off again in one punch. But Nezza dodges and punches Morgan directly in the stomach. And he jumps in the air behind her, punches her directly in the face, sending her flying to the ground. But it looks like that punch destroyed one of his arms. Actually, it was 2 of his arms. They withered away. And we get some commentary from Wukong. And Wukong talks about his fight with Nezza. And the reason why it lasted so long was because Nezza just kept regenerating. And in his fight with Wukong, he pulled out all of his weapons, which looked like a sword, a spear, and some chakrams. It was a form similar to the form that he was using now. But Wukong says this is a completely different form. Nezza scans Morgan and sees that she's still alive. And Morgan stands back up. She's ready to continue the fight. But everyone can tell that his attack did real damage to Morgan. And Hermes comments on what he believes the form is, saying that it takes away his life force to maintain operationality. And Nezza's legs wither away and he falls to the ground. And now Morgan looks shocked. And Nezza taunts Morgan, telling her to come get him. The punch earlier that Morgan hit Nezza with, Nezza stored it up and used his regenerative capabilities to forcefully keep it stored within himself. He transferred it into his fist. And Nezza dashes at Morgan. They are about to start the fight again. That's where the chapter ends. This is the last chapter of the fight, so next month we will have a winner. I'm not gonna lie, this chapter really surprised me. Last chapter I thought Nezza was really done for. And him pulling out the new transformation was a real shock, and he's a lot stronger than I actually thought. But he isn't as strong as Wukong from how they made it seem at first. And the fight really only lasted as long because he kept regenerating. But this will also upscale Morgan for the simple fact that their fight isn't lasting for days. And he is almost unable to regenerate from her attacks. But she isn't considered the strongest goddess for no reason. But that's all I got for you today. Like, share, and subscribe for more Record of Ragnarok Apocalypse of the God chapter reviews. And if you like versus battles, and follow Universal Debates on Facebook. Links in the description.